First of all, why would they be flown from for one less than 1 kilometer? Because their villa, their Robin's $17 million villa is in Montecito. You don't need to fly anywhere. Sometimes, and this is mainstream media, guys. If Meghan Markle were any kind of mother, she would know that you don't mess with a mother's kid like she did with Brooklyn Beckham. And by extension, his wife, Nicola Peltz, the daughter of a billionaire. We're talking millions here, guys. And why do I say that? Because to try to attach your skanky brand to the Beckham brand, oh, child, that's not a yes that you can get away with. And Victoria Beckham let it slide when Meghan Markle put out those fake articles saying that Victoria was the one leaking information about Meghan. Let's not forget who. This is Posh Spice, guys. I don't know if you remember who the Spice Girls were because you're too young, but this is Victoria, the Posh Spice. She's done world tours. She's been famous way before David Beckham. I mean, do you guys remember them? Yeah. So Victoria has been around A-listers all her life, royalty. And she has always been discreet because she's not a skank like Meghan. So she let it slide. Yeah, right. That ruined the friendship between Harry and the Beckhams and Harry and Meghan. Of course. And then when he flew. Did you know that David Beckham paid out of his own pocket to travel to Australia to support that wanker Harry for the Invictus Games? And Harry completely ignored him. David Beckham, he was a captain of the football team, guys. I don't even know why he hasn't been knighted yet, but that's neither here nor there. Do you remember when I told you I was the only one? I said that the story that Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle, a D-list mattress actress, had invited the Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola, his wife, for an intimate dinner at their Montecito mansion because they bonded over their toxic families. I said, that is horseshit. And I'm sorry it's early in the morning for you or in the afternoon, but I called it. And I said to you guys that it was the Robbins. It was Tracy Robbins and her husband, Brian Robbins, the Paramount chief, who actually thrown a party, invited a bunch of people, and and Brooklyn and Nicola were invited. But it gets worse, because what I'm about to tell you, it gets worse. This is why I said to you, they're going to backpedal very soon, because what happened next? Ooh, Meghan messed with the wrong spice.
Jennifer B. wants to know, Brooklyn, growing up, which members of the royal family did you see the most often? Especially since your family is friends with Harry and Meghan.
Probably William.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's he like? Is there something about him that people don't get? Is he fun?
He's just like the sweetest guy ever. He really is. He's really down to earth. He's really, really good guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge have all earned their wings and wear them with great pride.
City wanted to say hello, guys, because she's my boss. She's directing me today. Yeah. City, go away now. Go. Yes, the Queen said it best, guys. They earned their wings. Remember how it has been on the internet that everybody's saying, oh my God, Harry's a pilot. There can be no more debate as to what Harry is. He may be many things: a wanker, a lost ginger prince, an idiot, the only one who married Meghan Markle, who was an escort. In my opinion, clearly, right?
She just has this way of really elevating things.
Victoria, do you want to tell us what we're doing today?
Today we're here at Vogue and we are shooting a cover story celebrating the rich and inspiring history of one of the most enduring style icons of all time, me, Victoria Beckham. This is where two fashion forces join to make something really quite incredible.
She's an icon of style, Vogue as an icon of publishing.
This really is where two become one. Spice up your life, Edward. Just spice up your life.
So remember this story about Meghan Markle hosting an intimate dinner? They published it, I believe, on the 14th. That week, Meghan Markle and Harry had hosted an intimate dinner with the Beckhams, and they were bonding because Nicola Peltz, it's considered like a home wrecker. Absolute BS. Absolute BS. And please stay, because the secret that we'll tell you at the end of here. I mean, it's just too yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. So the truth behind Brooklyn and Nicola's dinner with Prince Harry and Meghan is not all as it seems. Remember how even People magazine posted that stupid article? And this is what bothers me, that how can a little YouTuber like me can get information and the press doesn't? It's because they're just publishing the articles that Meghan Markle is giving them to publish without doing their due diligence of investigating. They're just being Meghan Markle's mouthpiece. So now they're saying that Brooklyn Beckham and with wife Nicola Peltz rubbed shoulders with Harry and Meghan. Brooklyn and wife Nicola Peltz dealt his famous parents another blow by cozying up to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle amid their bitter feud. Yeah, the feud. Yeah, right. And this was published by Katie Hine, the very same reporter who Meghan had lunch or whatever at the pub in 2013 when she was husband hunting. She says that they were reportedly invited to Prince Harry and Meghan's mansion in Montecito last week, just days after David's birthday celebration. Actually, it was one day after Princess Catherine rocked that suit, Victoria Beckham's suit. Okay, this is exactly what they said, what Katie Hine said from absolutely close inside sources. I want you all to write in the comments, Paula, you were right. You have to write, Paula, you were right, because I was right. I have sources. How can this woman not verify? I said that it was actually the CEO Paramount boss who hosted the gathering, not Meghan Markle. They're too cheap and too broke to invite anybody to eat a gathering, and nobody would show up. This is why they don't have gatherings, because nobody shows up to their stuff. But now they've corrected the story. The gathering was instead hosted by CEO of television company Paramount and Nickelodeon Brian Robbins and his wife Tracy, who are Harry and Meghan's neighbors. According to the Daily Mail, there were over 20 people at the party that was actually held at Robbins' $17 million villa in Montecito. Harry and Meghan were flown into the Bash in a private jet courtesy of Paramount. First of all, why would they be flown from for one less than 1 kilometer? Because their villa, their Robbins $17 million villa is in Montecito. You don't need to fly anywhere. Sometimes, and this is mainstream media, guys. That article was published on May 14th, I believe, or 16th. And they said that Meghan and Harry had dinner with Nicola Peltz and Brooklyn Beckham. They were both in London. They didn't even attend the Robbins dinner shindig. So that's even a lie. There was no dinner. There was no shindig. The Robbins didn't host anything. Now, in case you don't know this, David Beckham, you guys know that he did a kind of like a series for Netflix, and he was incredibly successful. I mean, it was I don't even like David Beckham very much, guys. Let me just have some coffee here, okay? And whatever you may say about Victoria Beckham and David Beckham, they are very family orientated. And the beef, the feud, it's not between Victoria and Nicola. They really like each other. It is that Nicola does not like Romeo's new girlfriend. And call it what it is, but it's between the brothers. It has nothing to do with the mother. But the secret is that David Beckham, because of a huge success series God, Netflix is actually helping him finance a documentary about Victoria Beckham and her life. From spice, I think it's going to call it From Spice to Royalty or something like that. And apparently, listen to this, apparently the King and the Princess of Wales have authorized that they show footage of some of the royal, soirees that they've attended, which is huge. This is huge, guys, because they usually don't like to do that. But this is why Meghan wanted to attach and screw the Beckhams, because she wants to ruin the Beckhams brand. She wants to attach herself to the Beckham brand. So Victoria, this is why I said you can mess with her. Don't touch my kid. Because when Meghan tried to attach Brooklyn and his wife, never mind the wife, but Brooklyn, saying that she had hosted him at an intimate dinner when it wasn't true, to trash his own family, that is a bad look for her own son. And Brooklyn did not like it at all. And neither did Victoria. So suddenly remember, can you imagine you being Maggie and you wake up to a legal threat? And not only did they send a legal letter to Meghan Markle, they sent it to Netflix. And Netflix, by a billion, prefer the Beckhams rather than Harry and Meghan, because at this moment, at this time, David and Victoria are attending state banquets with the king. They're attending private dinners with the king. The future queen consort, the future queen, of England, I call her like that, Catherine, is wearing her designs. They're hanging out. Harry's ringing on doorbells, looking all confused and drugged up. And Meghan, looking like an idiot, clapping I don't even want to say seals, because I like seals, guys, so I don't even know what she claps. She claps like an idiot. And I am going to do a live, by the way. So, by the way, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. It's very much appreciated, guys. But it's insane, isn't it? And that is why that was that immediate clapback and immediate backtrack. The very next day, they backtrack. But you can see how messy it is because they keep using people, right? Now Meghan Markle is blaming Katie Hine and the UK publications, newspapers. Why are they publishing stupid things that this woman say when they know that's not true? Nicole and Brooklyn Beckham were in the UK. Victoria does not want her son associated to anything that has to do with Meghan, who's an incredibly toxic woman, who is abusing her children, it is my opinion. She's abusing her kids. She's abusing her own family. She is abusing the royal family. She's abused her staff. She's abused. And what is with those weird posts that she keeps putting? They're so boring, stupid, out of focus. And the shade that she's cutting those pink flowers, like she's cutting it like shading Catherine. How she's cutting pink flowers, trying to say that pink flowers are common. Yes, but those pink flowers are selling like crazy and the money's going for charity. So that's why Meghan Markle backtracked the whole thing, because David Beckham and Netflix, when they received the letter and the threat that David Beckham said, hey, reel your girl in, because we cannot be associated with her. None of my kids can do that, or we're not going to stream through our show with you and we're going to go to somebody else. Because Paramount has been trying to get David Beckham and Victoria Beckham to sign with them, but instead they signed with Netflix. But they're still hopeful because they are hot. People want to watch what they put out, unlike Harry and Meghan. And you may not like the Beckhams as a marriage. You may think that they're both narcissistic, but you cannot take the merits. David worked really hard, and he became the captain of the English football team, and they won it. I think the championships. I wasn't following them very well back then. And then, but Victoria was the Spice Girl, and her kids, she's created an immense brand. I mean, she's fought, and they worked hard for everything they have. They're not about to let a skank who open her legs and her ass, to Harry, who's an idiot, to just come and destroy it. And on top of that, involve her kid, because she knows how toxic her kid would look like. Because we have Brooklyn on record saying that when remember Andy Cohen sneakily, he tried to ask Brooklyn and see what Brooklyn said. He completely avoided Harry and Meghan Markle, and instead he praised William, because they are close to the royal family. They want nothing to do with D-list idiots like Harry and Meghan, who have zero family values. So yeah, she messed with the wrong spice, and what's worse, she messed with her kids. And Victoria is a proper mother. She knows, and all of us who are mothers, Meghan is not a mother. She wouldn't care. She's using her, whatever kids they may claim to have, as props. So I am glad that she was put in her place. I am glad that she was forced to retract that. I am glad. I mean, how do you guys feel? How would you feel? Can you imagine being linked to Meghan Markle? Oh, and now also on a side note, Gwyneth Paltrow now saying she's not really friends with Meghan. They just text mostly. And now I have a question before we go. Meghan Markle has already recorded. Remember what I said to you when Meghan Markle went on that gala, that 100 gala thing, and she was on stage, and she said, and she scratches her nose. Whenever she scratches her nose and covers her mouth, she's lying. She said that, oh, Ted Sarandos is going to kill me, but I'm going to have Jose Andres, she did this, on this show. Just the day before, Jose Andres was on an interview with Martha Stewart, who didn't even know the show had aired. When they asked, are you going to appear on her show? And he says, no, maybe. And the reason why Meghan did it is to put Ted Sarandos on the spot and make it happen. Because if she doesn't feature Jose Andres now in any of the episodes, she's going to look like, Netflix is going to look like an idiot. So she just basically went and lied, used Time 100 and lied on a stage and said that Jose Andres was there. Now, Gwyneth Paltrow, when she's asked, well, would you be in her second season? Yeah, sure. Well, she already shot this. It's not a second season. It's the 16 episodes. And what did I tell you guys? That Meghan Markle was re-recording, but now it's costing her a dime. And Jose Andres doesn't really want to go. But apparently now she's put Netflix on the spot. They have to produce Jose Andres to appear in one of her Stanky shows. If she could have started with Jose Andres on her first season, do you think she wouldn't have? Then she would have had Mindy Kaling. Then she would have had Roy Choi and that lady Alice Waters and I don't know, other famous people that she claims to have. And Chrissy Teigen, that bully, Meghan spreading love. We know what Chrissy Teigen did. So remember what I said to you. This is what she does. She blackmails people. She puts people on the spot. Because Ted Sarandos now has to produce Jose Andres because Meghan went on stage and said that she had him. So how is Gwyneth Paltrow going to be on a second season that was already recorded? When she doesn't, because she backtracked it. She's on People magazine. She said, well, I really don't know her now. We're just text friends. Why are these celebrities so stupid? May I ask? So what do you think? What do you think of Victoria Beckham? I'm glad she did what she did. I am very glad that she did what she did. You don't mess with other people's kids. As usual, I look forward to your comments, beautiful people.